Welcome to GlobaLink. Our mission is to provide immigrants with the resources they need to feel secure in the U.S. with priority on finding employment and navigating the visa process. We offer a connective experience that seamlessly pairs immigrants seeking mentorship with seasoned mentors. Current visa requirements, such as 60-day time limits to find employment, create harsh conditions for immigrants who face high stakes. We believe that by providing the resources and opportunities needed for immigrants to find employment, they can increase their well-being and economic prospects. Let's jump right in and find a mentor. A user can get started by putting in their basic information and hitting create an account. And then they can start to build their mentee profile. Here they'll be able to put their basic information such as their name, date of birth, their profile image, where they're from, their country of origin, possibly even their city of origin, and how long they've been in the US. This is really useful information because we are then able to sort mentors and mentees by countries of origin to find possible mentors based on country of origin. So if a mentee requires advice about the immigration experience or an immigration barrier from a certain country, having a mentor from that specific country will help a lot in providing the contextual advice they need. Next, we have a section on what languages they speak. This is also really useful for finding the right mentor. We aim to reduce the language barrier often seen in professional development in the United States. So immigrants who speak the same language are able to find, mentors that they can ask for advice in the most direct way possible. We also have a section for education and employment where users can input their field of work. All of this information will then be populated to, find the best mentor for that profile. So we can find a mentor. And this is for a sample profile that we would have developed. Alejandro Diaz. We can go back and see that our mentor recommendations that would have been generated are Sofio Gonzalez from Bogota, Colombia, Carlos Vargas from Mexico City, Mexico, and Chris Williams from Cape Town, South Africa. For each mentor, you can see where they're from, what language they speak, what location they're at, and their current role, a small About Them page. You can also see what skills they have and why we recommended that mentor to that mentee. For each mentor, we generate, different reasons why a user might want to have them as a mentee or vice versa, so that a mentee can find a broad range of mentors, not just a narrow, sole-focused, specific set. Some example skills include like networking, adjusting to culture, and visa issues, from the immigration perspective, but also professional-related skills, such as the case of Chris, cloud computing, dynamic programming, agile development, and API development. Once we found a mentor that we want to connect with, we can hit this Chat Now button. This will take us to a chat page where a mentee can reach out to a mentor, or a mentor can reach out to a mentee, ask basic questions about the immigration process, ask basic questions about finding employment, their company, and general advice. We hope that this can help, connect immigrant mentees with the information that they need, considering that the information barrier is such a high hurdle to employment and professional development opportunities for many immigrant students and prospective employees. Now that we've explored both the mentee and chat side of functionality, let's explore the mentor side of functionality. From our GlobaLink homepage, I can hit this Become a Mentor button. I'll input my information, similar to last time. And I have a similar Apply to Become a Mentor information field. I can put my About You information, where I'm from, my languages, my education and employment, and my skills. Additionally, for our mentors, we have some behavioral essay questions that help contextualize their experience so that immigrant mentees can help find the mentor best suited for them. These include what their immigration story is, why they would make a good mentor, and if there's anything special that sets that mentor apart. Once they're done, they can hit Finish, and they'll also be logged in and matched with a set of potential mentees. Now that we've explored the mentor and menteeship process, let's explore the other half of our application, the events. Once I have a profile set up, I'm going to use Alejandro as the set example. I can hit this homepage, or sign in, sorry. And I'll be taken to our GlobaLink homepage where we can see events recommended for each user on the left side and our chats on our right side. So some events that we might recommend for Alejandro, who works in tech, a Tech Connect IT Summit. We can see its location and its date, a small about section, and an image. We can also recommend a software development conference, again with an about section, location, date, and image. But let's say this isn't enough. We want to find even more events and even more employment events. We can hit this Find More Events button, and we'll be taken to our employer events section. Here, users can filter out for specific companies, different types of location events, whether they're virtual or in person, what type of event they want to connect to, whether that's an info session, a career fair, a chat, etc. They'll be able to click on individual events and they'll see pop up more information about them. So the full address, full time and date, they'll be able to register for the event, and they'll also be provided with a list of mentors registered with GlobaLink going to that event. We created this events page because we heard from many of our graduate students that we interviewed that it was frustrating to go to career fairs and other employment events because they're not really targeted towards international students. And many times, companies just don't offer sponsorship at those events, even if they are listed as doing so online. So we hope that by integrating an employer events functionality into our networking app, that immigrants could find events tailored to them to save them time and make their networking meaningful. So depending on what company or field of interest I'm in, I could browse the list of events and then click on different ones. For each one, obviously, we'll generate new information and we'll list the mentors at each event. Through this, we hope that immigrant mentees will be able to find the best networking events for them possible so that they can hit the ground running and form the professional connections that are very difficult to form for immigrants with the modern system. And that's it. Thank you all so much for listening to our presentation. We hope you'll be able to find your next link.